I believe a lot of times we don't want to ask for help is because it makes us feel like we didn't do it. It makes us feel like we're not being genuine or authentic to our process. You know, at the end of the day, you want to say, hey, I'm rich and I'm successful. And I think there's this part of us that says you want to look at everything and say, I did it. And sometimes I believe like the idea of going to ask someone else, how to do it. I believe sometimes we believe that takes away from the I did it, right? Or how it makes us look. Oh, I don't want to look like, I'm not doing my work, or I'm not doing my share, or I don't know anything, or, that ego rises up, pride rises up, and we don't want to ask. We had a very cool conversation this weekend from Think and Grow Rich, the book. And one of the stories in the book talks about a guy named Darby. And this guy, Darby, was digging for gold in the mines. At the time frame, that was where you go get the money, where you secure the bag. And Darby got his tools, went out there and got a mine. Long story short, he found some gold, went back, talked to his friends and family. They were like, yo, you found gold? He's like, yeah, I found it. They're like, let us invest. They jumped in, boom, and everything was going good. And it was just like a little bit ways to go. And he would have paid back all the money and everybody would have been straight. But then the gold ran out. And with Darby, the thing what happened with Darby was, they were like, yo, the gold ran out. We keep looking, we don't see anything. And so they just, packed up everything and he sold his mine to this other dude. And the other dude came in and said, yo, I don't know nothing. This is not even my field. This is not even what I do. But, I know somebody out there must know something. So he went and paid an expert. And the expert came in and was like, yo, this is crazy because the dude who you bought it from, the gold is only 3 feet over there. They're not familiar with what they call fault lines, and in his expertise, that's a terminology. It means something, it's not my expertise. I can't break it down. But the gist of it is that he said, they don't understand how this works. And how this works is you need to go 3 feet over there, 3 or 4 feet, you're going to be good. And the next dude came in and scraped up millions upon millions upon millions of dollars. And so if I could stress anything at all, I would stress this to you. And this is something I found to be true. If you're facing a situation, especially financially, there's somebody out there who knows more than you. And that's what they do. Find that person and do what the second guy did and say, yo, I'm going to pay you. Tell me where to find my goal. And that's it. And I believe that we all have hopes, goals, dreams, aspirations for life. And we want to be successful. You genuinely want it. And you can't figure out why you can't get it. And I'm saying, just as I was one time, looking all about, trying to grind, hustle to make it happen, that's not the route. That's the trap. That's the rat race. There's another way. And the other way, it doesn't involve all that grind and hustle going crazy. That doesn't mean you're not going to take action. You still have to take action. But the action is such a small part of what the other part is. The other part, they say, is somewhere between 80 to 98% of becoming successful is that other thing. The action part, they're saying that's somewhere around 2% up to 20%, somewhere in there. So depending on where you want to do it. One guy says it's 80-20. Another guy says it's like 95-5. Another person says it's 98-2. But the thing is, the one thing that you need, that you must have, that is the biggest piece of the formula, man, You gotta use that. That's the thing you gotta use. Because that's the piece that gets you to where you're going. And that other piece is mindset. Mindset comes from within. It is not from the without. What you're trying to do is change your without. But that starts from within. There's a saying that says, as within, so without. As above, so below. The way I've always said it since I've learned this is that you have to play an inside game on an outside world. The moment you play an outside game on an inside world, you lose. Because now you're allowing circumstances, situations, obstacles, heartbreak, failure, defeat, tell you who you're going to be or show up as in this world. And that's not the game I want to play. Because that game sounds like I'm going to lose most of the time. And my interest is not in losing. My interest is in winning. DJ Khaled said, all we do is win, 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 no matter what. That's the life I want. So if I play an outside game on an inside world, I'm going to lose this game. So that can't even be in my repertoire. That's not part of my tool bag. I'm not using it. I can't be my belief system. My belief system says I'm going to play an inside game on an outside world. I'm going to dictate to my circumstances, situations, adversities, heartbreak, failure. It will not dictate to me. That doesn't mean I won't be down for a time or sometimes. Sometimes you have hard times, but hard times don't last always. So those hard times, I want those to be fewer, lesser. Not because of insufficiency or lack or because I'm choosing the wrong belief system. I have the wrong mindset. The mindset has to be play an inside game on an outside world. Not play an outside game on an inside world. If you factor that in, if you say, hey, I can't make it because anything outside of you, you've already lost. Because that means your winnings, your success is going to fluctuate based on what's going on around you. How can you win all the time with those type of odds? Whereas if you set your world, your standard, your bar, your thermometer to the temperature that you want, then you can dictate that environment is going to have to line up with what you say. And you have the tools, the strategies, the resources, the people around you, the self-awareness to know what the formula is to be able to exercise that on a daily basis. That's where we're trying to get to. How do I have the right mindset? How do I show up as the right person so that I can dictate to the environment, my hopes, my goals, my dreams, my aspirations? Now, look, I had to ask myself one question. Yo, Bobby, do you have a better option than this new option that we're presenting to you? At the time, I didn't have a better option. So as I'm sharing with you today, we have to have the right mindset. Success is 80% mental, 20% strategy, 20% mechanics, according to Tony Robbins. Bob Proctor used to say success 95% mental, 5% strategy. Catherine Ponder, who I like to listen to, says success, they believe, is 98% mental, 2% action. And that's why I said the success is somewhere between 80 to 98% mental mindset. That other 2 to 20, depending on which person you want to listen to, is still a small portion. In other words, that tells me to pass this test, I got to sit and reside with the right mindset. And the question I had to ask myself is, how do I develop, maintain, sustain the right mindset? Oh, that's so powerful. That's what we got for now, but that's the revelation. Mindset. Be, do, have. Who do you want to be in this world? Be that person today. Be that person now. Talk, walk, act, speak, move, breathe. As that person, be that person. That's the mindset. Whoa. Then you do. Do what? We're going to figure out what to do, but do like the trash man who bought the gold mine. Find yourself an expert and share with them your hopes, your goals, your dreams, your aspirations. What you want to do in this world. Tell them who you are, who you be. And they're going to show you where you need to dig your 3 or 4 feet in which direction, so that you can find your goal, so that you can reach your goal, so that you can be your goal. I'm Bobby B, and I thank you for allowing me to share. I am Confidence Factor. And everything you do, make sure you keep it heart level. I'm Bobby B.